Good morning and welcome to our daily video from Yoker Evangelical Church. Today is Saturday, the 11th of April, and yesterday we celebrated Good Friday, the day when we remember that Jesus died on the cross. And we finished our service yesterday with these words from Luke. Just listen to what Luke writes about when Jesus dies. Jesus called out with a loud voice, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." When he had said this, he breathed his last. Well, our question coming off the back of that should be, what happens next? What happens now that Jesus has died? And in today's video, I'd just like to quickly look at the verses that immediately follow Jesus' death and see what the people that were there thought about what they had just seen. So read along with me. It'll appear on the screen, the following verses from Luke. The centurion, seeing what had happened, praised God and said, "Surely this was a righteous man." When all the people who had gathered to witness this saw what had took place, they beat their breasts and went away. But all those who knew him, including the woman who had followed him from Galilee, stood at a distance, watching these things. Well, the thing that stands out to me from that is the centurion, this professional soldier from the mighty Roman army, who will have seen hundreds of people die right in front of him. When he sees Jesus' death, it is unlike anything he has seen before. Whether it was the words that Jesus said to the other criminal, whether it was the miraculous events, the darkness surrounding his death, whether it was just the little that he had heard about this teacher that came down from Galilee, something about Jesus and the way he died struck this Roman Gentile soldier. And along with everyone else there who saw something different in Jesus, saw something that they had not seen before, these people are left asking a question. And it's the same question that we have been asking all week in these videos. Who is Jesus? Who is this man that died on a cross and then on Easter rose from the dead? Who is this man? And it is a question that is central to the Easter story. The truth of it is that if Jesus was just an ordinary man, if he was only a teacher who said some helpful things, then the story would have ended with Good Friday. If Jesus was only a human being, then his story would end on Friday. But as we look at what the centurion says, we see that Jesus was more than that. To see this professional soldier call one of the victims of crucifixion righteous just doesn't add up. Righteous is the last word that you would use to describe somebody who died by crucifixion. It was a form of execution reserved for the very worst criminals. And yet, this centurion looks at this Jewish man who died on a cross, and he says he was righteous. This man had done nothing wrong. Having looked at all the evidence in front of him, he answers that question, who is Jesus, by saying he was a righteous man. He was a man who had done nothing wrong and yet was crucified. And as he mulls this over in his head, as he thinks about it, the result is that he praises God. As he answers the question, who is Jesus? His answers lead him to praise God. And that's what we are hoping this Easter weekend each of us will do. As we look at the stories of Jesus, as we examine what has been said about who this man was, we hope that the answers that we are drawn to will cause us to praise God and to say this Jesus, he was not an ordinary man. He was in fact a righteous man. He was the Son of God himself. And as we look tomorrow at the Easter story, we're going to see what all that means for those who put their trust in him. I hope you'll join us for our Easter service tomorrow. You can find it online wherever you found this video. It's Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. God bless and have a good day.